Hello, welcome to High Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game from the 1978 Boston Red Sox series using Strat-o-matic baseball. We're going to be playing a game between the game number 2 of the series of a doubleheader between the Blue Jays and the Red Sox on Wednesday, August 30th, 1978. And again, I believe this is a game that I went to, a doubleheader. I know I went to a doubleheader against Toronto in either the late 70s or early 80s, and I think this might have been it. So anyway, let's get this game underway. Again, game number 2 of the doubleheader. We got Mr. Brody in his co-host seat there. And it's going to be Jerry Garvin going for the Toronto Blue Jays against Andy Hassler for the Red Sox. Red Sox picked up Andy Hassler from the Kansas City Royals earlier in the season. And he is a left-handed pitcher. Hold on here. There we go. All right. So without further ado, let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alrighty, so Andy Hassler on the hill here for the Boston Red Sox against, who do we say? We said Jerry Garvin for the Toronto Blue Jays. So the lineup against Andy Hassler, it's going to be Rick Bassetti, the center fielder. Bob Baylor's the third baseman, batting second. Otto Velez, the right fielder, hit third. Willie Horton is the DH batting cleanup. Doug Alt, the first baseman, bats fifth. Dave McKay is at second base, batting sixth. Rick Cerrone behind the plate, hitting seventh. Elvin Woods, or it's Elvin Woods. Al Woods, I think it is Alvin Woods, though. The left fielder bats eighth, and Luis Gomez, the shortstop, will bat ninth. So Andy Hassler comes in with a 3-3 record on the season with 1 save. 4.46 earned run average, 67 innings pitched, 86 hits allowed, has walked 28 and struck out 25, and has not allowed a home run. So very good considering he pitched 88 innings pitched on the year. He only let up 1 home run, and he's pitched 67 without allowing a home run so far in this replay. So the defense behind Hassler is going to be Yastrzemski is getting a start in left. He's been DHing a lot lately. Yastrzemski in the left. Lynn in center. Rice is in right field. So Evans still not in the lineup. The infield is going to be Hobson, Burleson, Duffy, and Scott. Behind the plate, getting a start is Bob Montgomery in the second game of a doubleheader, which was commonly the case. And this is a game from Wednesday, August 30th. So a doubleheader on a Wednesday. So on the mound, Andy Hassler. Average defensively. Commits quite a few errors, though, on the mound, and is not very good at holding runners on. So Rick Bassetti comes in with a .237 average, 2 homers and 25 runs batted in. Hassler looks in for the sign from Montgomery. Hobson and Scott are playing in on the grass. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to Duffy, who's getting a start at second base today. So the Red Sox definitely did not have their best defense out there, especially in the infield, with Duffy and Hobson, extremely error prone. So let's see here. Alright, so next up will be Bob Baylor. Bob Baylor comes in hitting .264 with a homer and 34 runs batted. Miss Meggs is here to say hi now. Oh. Alright. So this is game number 132 of the season. So 30 more games to go after this. So we're nearing this being the last game of the month of August. So after this game, we will do a replay video on the stats so far up until the end of August and compare them to the actual stats. And this is going to be off the 4 column. And he's going to get a good pitch to hit here. And that's going to be a base hit past the dive of Burleson. So 1 out and 1 on for Otto Velez. Velez comes in hitting .311 with 11 homers, 33 runs batted in. Already has 2 more home runs than he did on the actual season. And 68 less at bats. Oh, and this is going to be off the 6 column. And Andy Hassler has a terrible card, especially against righties. And that's going to be a base hit past Burleson. Baylor will hold at second. So that brings up the dangerous Willie Horton. .237 on the season, but with 12 homers and 59 runs batted in. Already has 1 more homer than he did on the actual season. And we definitely want to try to stay off of Hassler's card. As bad as Horton's card is good, but Hassler's card is a lot more likely to give up a base hit. So it's going to be off the 3 column. And that's a rare 2 split. Pop up to Burleson. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So Hassler 1 out of getting out of it without any damage. Brings up Doug Alt, getting the start in the. Actually, no, he's not getting a. Getting a start at first base in the second game of the doubleheader. Comes in hitting .319 with 4 homers and 14 runs batted, so he's fared much better in the replay than he does on the actual season. And the only good column of Hassler is number 5 column. And that'll be a strike right down the pike. And he looks at strike 3. So Hassler gets out of it without any damage. And after 1/2, it's Toronto nothing, Boston coming up. The Red Sox would lose this game 7-6. So we'll see. And Hassler would not get a decision in the game. So Jerry Garvin comes in. He's as bad as advertised. 4-14 record on the season, 4-12 on the actual season, so even worse in the replay. 5.76 earned average, which is right around where his ERA was on the season. 131 innings pitched, 177 hits allowed, 51 walks, 65 strikeouts, and has surrendered 16 homers. So the defense behind Garvin is going to be Woods, Bassetti, and Velez in Game 2 of the doubleheader. In the infield, it's Baylor, Gomez, McKay, and Alt. And Rick Cerrone behind the plate. The Red Sox lineup is going to be Rick Burleson, the shortstop, will bat first. Fred Lynn is all the way up in the number 2 spot, batting second and playing center. Jim Rice, the right fielder, will bat third. Kai Yastrzemski is the left fielder, batting cleanup. George Scott is all the way up to number 5 position, playing first. Butch Hobson, the third baseman, bats 7th. Bob Bailey is getting a start at DH with the lefty Garvin on the hill, batting 7th. Behind the plate, Bob Montgomery bats 8th, and Frank Duffy, the second baseman, bats 9th. So definitely a lot weaker Red Sox lineup than usual. But Jerry Garvin, not a great pitcher, so hopefully the Red Sox can take advantage of that. So Burleson will come up with a 279 average with a homer and 41 runs batted. It's going to be off of his 3 column. And that's going to be a ground ball to Baylor at third. Over to first, and Burleson is retired for out number 1. So Fred Lynn up now. Fred Lynn hitting an even 300 on the season with 22 homers, which is the exact total for the season. And 75 runs batted in. So it's going to be off of his 1 column. And that'll be a fly ball to right. Velez is there. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for the Red Sox in the first. That'll bring up Jim Rice. Hitting 301 on the season with 36 homers and 107 runs batted in. 10 homers behind his season total. He's got 125 more at-bats to get to that, so he's going to have to do some work to get to reach his total for the season. He's going to have a really hot September. And he will get a good pitch to hit here, so let's see what this is. And he's going to get a hold of one here, and just like that, hits it over the green monster into the netting. Actually, looks like he got over the netting, and the Red Sox will take a 1-0 lead. So Rice hits his 37th home run of the year, his 108th run batted in. And the Red Sox have an early 1-0 lead. So the captain, Carl Yastrzemski, up now, comes in hitting 283 with 14 homers, 62 runs batted in. And it's going to be off of his 1 column. And that's a ground ball to McKay. Grabs it, throws to first, and Yastrzemski is retired. So that'll do it for the Red Sox in the first, but they take a 1-0 lead on Jim Rice's solo home run. So Hassler has a slim lead here, 1-0. It'll be McKay, Cerrone, and Woods up against Hassler. A lot of righties in the lineup against the lefty Hassler. So McKay comes in hitting 243, 13 homers, and 60 runs batted in. So McKay has almost doubled his home run total for the season with 13. And has 15 more RBIs than he does on the actual season and almost 100 less at-bats. And this will be a range check on Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski's a 1 range, so he should get to this one no problem. And he gets to it. And makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 gone in the Toronto second. So scores from around the league. New York and Baltimore scoreless. Keep an eye on that one, as the Red Sox are currently in 3rd place behind the Yankees, who are in 2nd place. Chicago edging Kansas City 1-0. And those are the only games going on tonight. So Rick Cerrone up now. Comes in hitting 229 with 15 runs batted in. It's going to be off the 2 column. And that's a fly ball to right. Rice has it sized up. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So Elvin Woods, one of the only lefties in the lineup today, comes in hitting 285 with 5 homers, 25 runs batted in. And Hassler has a much better card against righties. Against lefties. Has 2 columns that are very good, the 5 and 6 column. So it's going to be off the 1 column of Woods. And that'll be a ground ball down to Hobson. Stabs it. Gets it. Throws over to first. And that'll do it for the Blue Jays in the top of the second. So we'll head to the home half of the second with the Red Sox with a 1-0 lead. That'll bring the Boomer Scott up now. 258 on the season. 12 homers and 48 runs batted. Has matched his home run total for the season. Has approximately 90 more bats left on the season, so he could break that total. So he's going to get a good one hit here. And just like that, the Boomer Scott hits it right where Rice hit it. Over the netting. And another solo home run for the Red Sox. Scott's 13th of the season. Puts the Red Sox ahead 2-0. So to bring up Butch Hobson. Now with a 2-0 lead for the Red Sox. 276 header with 13 homers, 56 runs batted in. Garvin looks in for the sign of his own, kicks and delivers. It's going to be off the 2 column of Hobson. And that's a ground ball to Baylor at third. Picks it up, over to Alt, and Hobson is retired. So that's the first out of the inning. That brings up the DH today, Bob Bailey. Struggling on the season as he did in the actual season, 188 average with 2 runs batted in. And it's going to be off of the 6th column. And Bailey will draw a walk. That's the one thing Bailey did well against lefties, is he drew a lot of walks. Didn't get a lot of hits, but drew a lot of walks. So 1 down and runner on first for Bob Montgomery. Monty comes in hitting .357, so having a great season when he's got a chance to play. 9 runs batted in, almost doubling his RBI total. And this is probably going to be one of his last games, as his at-bats are almost at that of the season. And he's going to get a good one hit here. But he'll get under it a little bit and fly out to left for out number 2. So that brings up Frank Duffy, also probably getting one of his last starts of the season. 255 hitter with 15 runs batted in, has tripled, almost quadrupled his home run total, RBI total for the season with 15. So he's been up at the right time and delivered. So number 5, column of Garvin. That's a fly ball to left. Woods has it sized up. And he'll make the catch for out number 3. So that's it for the Red Sox, but they add another run on the solo homer by George Scott, his 13th of the season, and take a 2-0 lead going into the 3rd. So Luis Gomez up now against Hassler. 229 on the season with 29 runs batted in. It's going to be off 6th column. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle, so Gomez is on with a leadoff single. Vassetti up now. He grounded up his first time up. It's off the 5 column, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. Rice has it lined up and makes the catch as Gomez retreats back to the bag. So 1 out and 1 on for Bob Baylor. Singled his first time up. Pops this one up. Scott calls for it and makes the catch on the outfield grass for out number 2. So Otto Velez also singled his first time up. Has a good chance of doing that here. And he'll hit it past the dive of Burleson into left field. So little 2-out rally for the Blue Jays as the tying runs are on board. Willie Horton could definitely put the Blue Jays ahead with one swing of the bat. Popped out his first time up. And it's going to be a range check on Yastrzemski. He should handle this one. Gets in front of it. And squeezes it for out number 3. So the captain makes the putout, and after 2.5, it's still 2-0 Boston. So Rick Burleson up now. Burleson 278 now after the ground out in the first. It's going to be off of Garvin's 6th column. That's a range check on Vassetti. He's at 2 range. 1 through 3 will be a hit. And it looks like it's going to drop in there for a single. Oh, we got a rare play here. Let's see what that is. Burleson slips making the turn, fires it back in. And Burleson gets nailed. So Burleson slips going around the bag and gets nailed. So credit that with a single and a put out. So that's an 8-3 on the put out. As Alt makes the tag. And Burleson is retired for out number 1. So that definitely is one of the rare plays there. Some of the rare players aren't always as rare, but that one is. So it's going to be off the 4 column. As Lynn comes up, he flew out his first time up. He's going to ground this one to short. 1 through 4 will be a base hit. He'll get in front of it. Oh, it looks like Gomez is going to boot it and be charged with an error. So Burleson getting thrown out could be huge here, as that would have put him in scoring position. For Jim Rice, who hit a solo home run his first time up, his 37th of the season. It's going to be off the 4 column. And he'll pop this one up. Gomez has a chance at this one, and this time puts it away. So 2 outs now. For the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski grounded out his first time up. And Yastrzemski will get a good one to hit here. Let's see what he does with it. He'll hit this one to right, and that'll drop in there for a base hit. Wind was off on the pitch, so he is going to... Yost will coax him around to third there, and so there'll be runners at the corners with 2 down for the Boomer, who hit his 13th home run of the season, his first time up, a solo shot. And it's going to be off the 6th column. Can he go back to back? No, he swings and misses. So big cut by the Boomer and gets nothing but air. And after 3 full, it's 2-0 Boston still. So Hassler has given up 4 hits, but has yet to yield a run, so he's been in a couple of jams, but has managed to get out of it so far. So it'll be Alt, McKay, and Cerrone up against Hassler. Alt struck out his first time up. And this time he's going to fly out to Yastrzemski, who squeezes it for out number 1. So 1 out in the Toronto 4th. Brings up Dave McKay. Flew out his first time up. And McKay's going to get a good one to hit here. McKay has been a power force so far for Toronto this year. Can he double his home run total? No, he won't, but he'll slice a single to the opposite field. So McKay is on with a 1-out single. It's being held on by Scott. So to bring up Cerrone, who flew out his first time up. He tries to get a lead against Hassler. And he's going to be going. And we're going to have Monty throw for him. And Monty is on the money, and McKay is out for a mile. So Bob Montgomery guns down McKay. So a rare caught stealing by Montgomery. That will empty the bases now with 2 down. Cerrone steps back into the box. And it's a good thing he did, because this one's going to be hit into the gap. Lynn chases it down. It's over his head. Cerrone's rounding second, and he'll be into third with a 3-bagger. So a triple for Rick Cerrone. That definitely would have plated the run there. So Monty throwing out McKay was a huge thing. It's kept Toronto off the board, at least for the time being. So Alvin Woods with an opportunity to put the Blue Jays on the board. Grounded out his first time up. And he strikes out swinging. So Hassler gets his 2nd K of the day and gets out of another jam. So after 3.5, it's Boston 2 and Toronto nothing. So that'll bring up Butch Hobson. Grounded out his first time up. He'll get one to hit here. Oh, and Hobson just misses it here. It goes to the warning track, just shy of the wall. And Woods will have it. He needed a 1-17 for a home run and rolled an 18 on the split. So Bob Bailey up now, walked his first time up. Mr. Brody's coming over to say hi. Mr. Brody cannot watch Bob Bailey up at the plate here. It's okay, don't worry. And he grounds one out to Gomez. Fires over the alt for out number 2, so Bailey is retired. So alt seems to have settled, Garvin seems to have settled down somewhat. So 2 outs now. And Baltimore and New York are still scoreless. Guidry battling Flanagan. Good matchup there. Chicago and Kansas City are all knotted at 2. Berrios battling Gura. So Montgomery up now. Flew out his first time up. he's going to hit one to center field. 1 through 3 will be a base hit. Bassetti gets in front of it. And we'll put it away for out number 3. So that's it for the Red Sox in the 4th. So it remains 2-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. So Hassler will face Gomez, and then the top of the order, Bassetti and Baylor. Gomez singled his first time up. And he'll line this one out to Duffy, who snags it for out number 1. That'll bring up Bassetti 0 for 2 on the day. And he'll fly out to center as Lynn makes the catch. Actually, he has to dive for that one. So a nice diving catch by Lynn. So that'll bring up Bob Baylor. 1 for 2 on the day. And he finds the single on his 1 column. And lines a 2-out single. So Hassler yet to have a 1-2-3 inning, but has kept Toronto off the board. Has allowed 7 hits now in 4+ innings. Or 2/3 innings. So Velez up now. He's got a couple of those hits. As Scott holds on Baylor. And that'll be the first walk given up by Hassler. So Baylor trots down the second. So another multiple base runners on. First and second for Willie Horton. 0 for 2 on the day. And he grounds this one out to Hassler. Flips over to Scott. And then Hassler gets out of another jam. So he's danced around more trouble. That could be his last inning, as there is action in the Red Sox bullpen. So Frank Duffy to lead it off. Flew out his first time up. Garvin kicks and delivers. He'll ground this one to McKay at second. 1-2-4 will be a hit. And it's a 9, so he gets in front of it. And he'll make the play over to Alt for out number 1. So top of the order, Burleson up now. He singled his last time up, 1 for 2. Lines this one to his counterpart, Gomez, and makes the catch for out number 2. So Freddie Lynn up now, reached on an error hit by Gomez his last time up. He'll get a good one to hit here. But lines it right to McKay. And that'll end the inning. So the Red Sox go in order in the 5th, and after 5 full, it's 2-0 Boston. And I think that is going to be it for, oh boy. And we'll give Hassler another inning here. We'll play it batter by batter here. Alt 0 for 2 on the day. And he strikes him out. 3rd K of the day. So Dave McKay up now. Singled his last time up. 1 for 2. It's this one, the center. Lynch should have this one. Gets there. And squeezes it for out number 2. So if Hassler can get one more out here, he can get his first 1-2-3 inning, and likely to be his last inning of the game. Cerrone tripled his last time up, but was stranded there. 1 for 2 on the day. And he'll get his second base hit, so Hassler cannot get a 1-2-3 inning. So that brings up Al Woods. 0 for 2. Grounds this one to Scott. Trots to the bag. And that'll do it for the Blue Jays in the 6th. So Hassler has danced around trouble nearly every inning. And most likely will leave now with a 2-run lead. So Jim Rice will lead it off. He homered back in the 1st. And popped out in the 3rd. Rice will get a good one to hit here. Can he get his second home run of the day? No, he'll ground this one into Gomez, who fires over to Alt for out number 1. Yastrzemski up now, 1 for 2. Draws the 1-out walk. So Garvin just has pitched 74 pitches on the day, so he could go another inning or two if he can keep it close. It's not pitched badly, allowing only 2 solo home runs to Rice and Scott. Speaking of which, Scott is up now. Homered back in the second. This is going to be a range check on McKay. 1 through 6 will be a base hit. And it's just going to get there. He's just out of his reach. Manages to get to it, but no throw. So Yastrzemski moves up to second. So runners on first and second with 1 down for Hobson. Looking for his first hit of the day. Another range check from McKay. Oh, and McKay cannot get to this one, or does he? Let's see if he does. And gets to it, throws over to first, but Hobson beats it out. So that'll a couple of infield hits for the Red Sox. It loads the bases with 1 down for Bob Bailey. And that is going to be it for Garvin, so that's probably going to be it for Bob Bailey. Especially if there's... Ooh, it's a lefty, though, so... What do we have in there? Oh boy, do we let Bob Bailey? I think we're going to let Bob Bailey give it a shot. Why not? Come on, Bailey, get a walk. Nope, gets a fly ball to center. See if this is deep enough to bring the run home. 1 to 13. We're going to try it here. Oh, Yastrzemski is out. So a double play as Yastrzemski has got down, trying to tag up and score. That is going to be it for Hassler. He's thrown 108 pitches. So perhaps we should have pinch hit for Bailey, but we thought we'd give him a shot there. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. He was pinch hit for in the actual game by Gary Hancock, so we should have, but against the lefty, if it was a righty, I definitely would have, but lefty, got to give Bailey the shot there. Alright, so let's see here. So that's going to be it for Hassler. See who was actually used in the game. It was Stanley and Bergmeyer. Ooh. So I guess we're going to use Stanley. 88% of his usage, so I guess we have to. And the Fenway fans get silent as Bob Stanley comes into the game. Fans can feel the nerves in the stadium here, as Bob Stanley has not been that great this year. In fact, his ERA is up to over 4 now. 4-3 record with 15 saves, 4.10 earned run average, 101 innings pitched, 122 innings hits allowed, 22 walks and 31 strikeouts, and has surrendered 4 homers. So he'll lead it off. Gomez will lead it off. It'll be Gomez, Bassetti, and Baylor against Stanley. And John Mayberry is going to come in the pinch hit. So John Mayberry, always dangerous. 262 average with 20 homers and 63 runs batted in. So Stanley's got to be careful of him. Looks in for the sign. Kicks and delivers. And that's a fly ball deep to right. Rice on the run. And under and makes the catch. So 1 out for the Blue Jays. It's just a long out there. And the Yankees in Baltimore are deadlocked at 2. And Chicago leads Kansas City 3-2. So Bassetti up now with 1 out and the base is empty. 0 for 3 on the day. And he'll get a base hit to left. Setting me up the tying run, Bob Baylor. He's got a couple hits, 2 for 3. And let's see if Bassetti can get a jump here. Stanley not that great at holding runners on. Cannot get a good lead. And that'll be a base hit. And we're gonna throw for the lead runner. 50% chance, so we gotta try it. And boom, Baylor is gunned down easily. I mean, Bassetti is gunned down. What were they thinking? They're down by 2. Wow. So we had a 50% chance to gun him down, and gun him down we did. So a nice throw by Yastrzemski nails him trying to go to third. So Baylor will move up to second on the throw. So 2 outs now for Otto Velez. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a walk. Oh, come on, be a walk. Nope, it's going to be a fly out to left, and the Red Sox get out of it without any damage. So the Red Sox again dance out of trouble. 7th inning stretch time here at Fenway Park. Here are the trivia questions brought to you by Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. So what yogiism was Jim Bottomley known for? Yogiism. I don't think I know on that one. I'm not going to even try to take a guess on that one. Not even sure what the... Is that a Yogi Berra thing? I don't know. If anybody knows, lock in their answers now. It's a tough one brought to you by Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. When he first tried out for the Cardinals, he found a thin-handled, lightweight stick lying around. Picking it up, he exclaimed, "Hey, who's the guy named Fungo?" I think I never would have guessed that one. That was an interesting one. So anyway, Toronto's defensive changes are Johnson will bat 9th and play shortstop. So Johnson is a 4 rating, so below average range. And Baylor Moore is in the pitch. So Baylor, well, stays in the pitch for his 2nd inning of work here. So Montgomery up to the plate now. 0 for 2. He's flown out twice today. Get it out for the Red Sox in the 7th. Oh, 3 column. Not much good on that thing. But does manage to get Wood on it and hits it to Woods for out number 1. So Montgomery 0 for 3 on the day. Frank Duffy up now. Duffy 0 for 2. It'll be a ground ball to McKay up. Oh, fires over to L for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for the Red Sox in the 7th. Top of the order, Burleson 1 for 3 on the day. Singled back in the 3rd. And strikes out swinging. So Moore gets his first K of the day, and that'll do it for the Red Sox in the 7th. So we head to the 8th. Stanley back out there. Horton will lead it off. 0 for 3 on the day. It's going to be out the 6th column. And strike 3, swing and a miss. Stanley records his first strikeout of the day. That'll bring up Doug Alt 0 for 3. Stanley does not have a bad card against righties. It's just that 4 column is pretty bad, but other than that, he has a decent card. So Dave McKay up now, 1 for 3. Stanley could get a 1-2-3 inning. And will and get 2 strikeouts. So as McKay goes down swinging. So a good inning by Stanley. So Toronto has managed 10 hits, but has not been able to play to run yet. So out hitting the Red Sox 10-6, but trailing 2-0 on the scoreboard. So Moore is out there for his 3rd inning of work. He'll face Lynn, Rice, and Yastrzemski, the heart of the order. So Fred Lynn reached on an error, but 0 for 3 though officially. Lines into McKay. So Lynn's still without a hit for the day. Brings up Jim Rice, homered back in the 1st. 1 for 3. Strikes out swinging. So Rice down on strikes. So 2 down in the Red Sox 8th. Brings up Cal Yastrzemski. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Yastrzemski will get a hold of one here. Can he get in on the home run action? Yes, he can. He hits this one way deep to right. way out of here, almost into the upper deck, over by the retired numbers there. Just falling just short of that. So Yastrzemski gets in on the action, goes yard, gets his 15th of the season. So 3 solo home runs give the Red Sox a 3-0 lead. So some good insurance there. So George Scott comes to the plate now. He's got one of the 3 Red Sox homers. Also singled, so 2 for 3 on the day. And she strikes out. Half-hearted swing on the curve. So ahead of the 9th with Toronto down by 3. So a little bit more insurance there for Stanley. Cerrone having a good day, 2 for 3 with a triple. And wow, they're going to pinch hit for him. The left, they're going to go lefty-righty, so they're going to go lefty-righty on this. As Ashby comes to the plate, Ashby is having a good season, hitting .325 with 8 homers, 28 runs batted in. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Lays there and makes the catch for out number 1. So Al Wood's up now, hitless on the day, and he'll be pinch hit for by Willie Upshaw. Upshaw 243 with a homer and 15 runs batted in. And he'll get a good one to hit here. But he'll line it right to Scott. Scott, who is playing him perfectly down the line. So the Blue Jays down to their last out. Tim Johnson comes to the plate. Getting his first at bat of the day. .324 hitter on the season with 8 runs batted in. Stanley looks in with a sign from Montgomery. Here's the windup and the pitch. Oh, and he'll get a good one to hit here. And line that one up the middle. So the Blue Jays not dead yet. So it brings up Bassetti, 1 for 4. Singled off Stanley back in the 7th. Oh man, another possible hit here. And that's going to be a base hit past Scott into right. Rice gets it back quickly. As it goes under Duffy's leg, so Duffy Bucknered it. And Johnson moved to third, so that'll bring the tying run up. There is action in the Red Sox pen as Drago starts to loosen up. And Bergmeyer. So Bob Baylor 3 for 4 on the day. 3 singles. Montgomery set behind the plate, flashes the sign. Stanley looks at the runners. Here's a windup in the pitch. Stanley making the fans nervous as he always does. And that one's grounded to Duffy. Throws the first and gets him. So Stanley makes things interesting in the 9th, but once again the Red Sox dodge out of more trouble and end up shutting out the Blue Jays 3-0 on 12 hits. So that'll do it. The Red Sox hold on to win 3-0 on 3 solo home runs by Rice, Scott, and Yastrzemski. So let's take a look at the box score here. So Andy Hassler gets the win. He pitched 6 shaky innings, allowing 8 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, but did not allow an earned run or a run. Bob Stanley also equally shaky. Lets up 4 hits in 3 innings, striking out 2. And gets his 16th save of the season. Jerry Garvin takes a loss, now 4-15, 5 1/3 innings. Didn't pitch badly, 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. And Baylor Moore, 2 2/3 innings, probably the best pitcher of the day. Allowed just 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, just a solo home run to Yastrzemski. So, for the Red Sox, Rick Brosen was 1 for 4 with that's it, just 1 for 4. Fred Lynn, 0 for 4. Jim Rice, 1 for 4 with a solo homer. Yastrzemski, 2 for 3 with a solo homer. Scott, 2 for 4 with a solo homer. Hobson, 1 for 3. Bailey, 0 for 2 with a walk. Can't remember who got the other walk. Might have been Yastrzemski, possibly. Montgomery 0 for 3 and Frank Duffy 0 for 3. For the Blue Jays, lots of hits there. but nothing to show for it. Rossetti 2 for 5. Baylor 3 for 5. Otto Velez 2 for 3. Willie Horton, though, without a hit, 0 for 4, as was Doug Alt. Dave McKay 1 for 4. Rick Cerrone 2 for 3 with a triple. Alan Ashby pinch hitter 0 for 1. Al Woods 0 for 3. Willie Upshaw came on as a pinch hitter 0 for 1. Luis Gomez 1 for 2. Mayberry is pinch hitter 0 for 1. And Tim Johnson came on to play short and was 1 for 1 with a single, I believe. So that is it, as the Red Sox shut out the Blue Jays 3-0 despite letting up 12 hits. Mr. Brody definitely didn't want to watch Stanley there. Stanley was scary as he usually was, although he did get 1-2-3 inning, which is a rarity for him this year. So let's take a look at the standings here, as this is the last game of August for the Red Sox, so we'll do a summary report, summary video in the next video. So let's see here. So Milwaukee holds on to a half-game lead. They were idle today, I believe. Yeah, they were. And the Yankees, with their win, pulled to a half game out of first. The Red Sox now 2.5 games behind as they pick up a half game. So the Red Sox 6 games behind their pace of the season. The Yankees still 3 games ahead of their pace, and the Brewers 5 games ahead of their pace. So they're tight race in the AL East. 3-team race now as we enter September. Well, we got one more day, actually. We'll play that one more game just to see what happens to the Milwaukee and New York and see if the Red Sox can pick up another half game. So Kansas City for the 4-game lead over California and 4.5 over Texas. Minnesota's still in the hunt with 6.5 games. So not quite as tight as it is in the AL East, but a race nonetheless. So let's take a look and play these games. So Milwaukee's playing Cleveland. Ooh, and a doubleheader. So the Red Sox could pick up a full game if Milwaukee can lose both of those. And the Yankees are Baltimore. So let's see what happens here. So Milwaukee gains a split. So they're still going to be 2.5 games out. Well, they get trounced in the second game. The Yankees got shut out, which is good. So the Yankees are now a full game behind. So the Red Sox just 1.5 game behind the Bronx Bombers there. So let's just take a look at this right here. Let's play these games. Actually, we won't play these games because we don't want to. We want to get the true stats through the end of August. So in the next video, we'll take a look at the stats for the end of August, see how the Red Sox compare, and as well as other teams, especially with Jim Rice going for that MVP season. Let's see how well he is faring. I know his average-wise he's less. We'll take a look at his home run and RBI totals, as well as the other leaders in the league. So that's it. And the Red Sox, well, done for the month of August. So they will be starting, and I didn't check to see who they were playing. I'm sure you guys probably saw that. Oh, for some reason we only have half of our box score here. I'm not sure exactly what happened here. Here we go. Oh, and I'm going to reload the page here. I just want to see who they're going to be playing in their next game. And of course, the page is not going to be kind to me here. Actually, let's just check here quickly. Now, the Red Sox will start a series against the Oakland Athletics at Fenway. And again, I don't want to play this. I don't want to sim that. So normally I would. Let's see here. All right, so it's going to be the Oakland Athletics, and it looks like it's going to be Matt Keogh on the hill for the Athletics, who is 7-11 against, well, 7-11 in the actual season against El Tiante, Louis Tiant, who was 9-6 on the actual season. So, Red Sox will start a series with the Oakland Athletics. So, take care, God bless, and we will see you in the next Red Sox video. Game number 133 of the season from September 1st. And actually, I forgot we're going to do a recap of the season so far. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you then. So, for Mr. Brody and Miss Mags, see you later, and happy Sunday. God bless. Bye-bye.